What's going on, guys? It's Mike for Simracing4u, and this is my rig. I've had a few requests lately for a tour of my rig in its current state. Like most of you, the rig is always a work in progress, so I figured this is as good a time as any to give you a tour of the gear I'm currently running, and I'm going to give you long-term updates on the major components of this rig as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, so we'll start the tour of the rig with what sort of ties it all together, and that's, of course, the cockpit. So this is the Next Level Racing GT Track cockpit. If you noticed in the intro, or if you followed the channel for a while, you know that I've been lucky enough to partner with Next Level Racing for quite a while now, and I was sent this GT Track and I absolutely love it. Looking at it long term now, everything is held up really well. The seat's nice and comfortable when I do longer stints, and the adjustability, I'm finding that making small customization, like the pitch of your steering wheel or the pitch of the pedals, or the height, whatever, the adjustability is fantastic on this thing. And of course, very important as well is the robustness, or the sort of rigidity of the rig, and it's been great in that sense as well. The direct drive wheel and load cell pedals are no problem on this GT Track, so it's been really great so far. And moving on to the direct drive wheel now. This is the SimXperience AccuForce Pro V2 direct drive wheel. I did a video on this, I guess a couple of months ago now, and just checked in with it. I've had about 3 years of ownership thereabouts, and it's also been great. I love the Sim Commander software. It really gives you a lot of control to really get your force feedback dialed in. I really think at $999 US, it's hard to beat this. It's a fantastic price for a complete DD solution. So again, something else I'm extremely happy with. And moving on now to the pedals. So this is the newest addition to my sim rig setup. These are the Heusinkveld Sim Pedal Sprint, and Heusinkveld, of course, is a more known name now, but for a while it just seemed like some abstract thing that only really niche sim racers got. But I was lucky enough to get my hands on a pair of the Sim Pedal Sprint, which is one step below the Ultimates, but still incredibly good. And I had the Fanatic V3 inverted pedals before that, and those were also really great, but it's been a big step up, a surprising step up actually, to these Sim Pedal Sprint. They're tremendous, tremendous pedals, and I really can't recommend them enough. And getting set up with them was so easy. You would expect something, from a smaller company to maybe be a bit awkward on the software side or something like that, but there was none of that. So out of the box, these things are tremendous, and I set them up once and I haven't changed a thing, and I just absolutely love them. So those are my Sim Pedal Sprint. And moving on now to my button box. This one comes to me from Simracing4u, which, again, going back to that intro, you probably noticed that I have partnered with Simracing4u. I've got this button box, and I've been talking to Ariel from Simracing4u, and it sounds like I might get another as well to review pretty soon, so I'm excited for that. It's a really cool thing, this button box, actually, and surprisingly economical. I think it looks tremendous, of course, with all these, what do you call them, missile covers, engine start button, just really cool things about this. And it's only at about the 99 euro price point, I should say. So tremendous value in my opinion, and really love this button box. It's cool. What I plan to do with the new one is label it all up for traction control and ABS and things like that, and really just have that visual aid right beside me. So very cool button box from Simracing4u. And lastly, of the main part of the rig, this is the Thrustmaster TH8A shifter. As you can see, it's got a couple of mods on it. Well, you can see one of the mods. There's actually 2 mods on it, and a third on the way very soon. But the Ricmotech, I can't remember what they call the mod, but basically it's a short throw kit, I guess. Basically, it just raises the floor, and so you don't have to go as far with your shifts, and that's been a huge help. The reason why I haven't reviewed the TH8A is, quite frankly, I didn't like it very much, but with the short throw kit, I thought it was a huge improvement, and I like it a lot more now. The second mod that you can't see is a couple of blocks, so I can't actually go into 7th gear, so it stops me from accidentally shifting into 7th when I meant to hit 5th. So that is the main part of the rig, and we'll go on now and talk a little bit about the video options that I'm running. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the rig moved back into place, and we can now take a look at the video portion of my setup. This is a very plain screen. I don't run triples or anything like that. This is just an Asus 27-inch monitor, 1080p. I thought about going 4K a couple of times, but really I'm one of these guys that prioritizes frame rates over visual quality. So 144 Hertz, 1 millisecond monitor, and just a single screen, so it doesn't tax my video card too much, and I'm able to keep frame rates up, which is good. So yeah, that's my main screen. This is where I do probably 80 to 90% of my sim racing. And if you look up here, that's not actually a tiny second monitor. What that is instead is a tablet, just a cheap tablet. I don't even know the brand, quite frankly. And it came from Walmart. Cost me about 40 bucks, and that's where I display my SimHub data. So SimHub, for those not aware, is a way of displaying information about your car, you know, track position, relative timing, that kind of thing. And that's where I run it. You might see that occasionally on my videos. And up here is my Oculus Rift sensor. So this is the 1st gen Oculus Rift that I still run. And of course, VR technology has moved beyond this old school headset. Well, I say old school, but it's really only a few years old. Technology has moved beyond it. You can do a lot better in terms of video quality now with a head-mounted display. But honestly, for the 10 to 20% of my sim time that I spend in VR, this one is good enough. So I still really enjoy it. And yeah, that's pretty much the conclusion of my rig tour here, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions, as always, you can feel free to email me or drop it in the comments, and I'll do my best to catch those questions. Thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.